Paying attention to the things that you do now and then won't really transform your life. What truly will change your life in the way that you want to change your life is when you start analyzing your daily actions. So the things that you do daily, even though they're little and you perhaps think it just automatically happens and it's just life and you have to do them, if you stop thinking like that and start shifting your mindset towards what habits do I do daily that shapes my life? Because at the end of the day, whatever we do, the small micro habits that we don't pay attention to, they matter so much, because who we are today, those micro habits have shaped us, and that's who we become without noticing. And of course, the influence around us. So what we hear, what we see, and what we physically practice every single day, from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed. So paying attention to those micro habits will truly will start transforming your life. So perhaps there's certain habits that you would like to analyze to get rid of, or some of the habits you would like to implement into your life. Maybe try to be more conscious and more intentional when you speak, when you think, and what actions you take, especially starting from the morning. With that being said, I'll share my 11 realistic simple habits that truly has and still transforming my life the way I want my life to be. And I truly have been seeing the change in my life, hence why I'm doing this video to share with you, so perhaps I can in some way inspire you to get up and analyze your habits and take action and take control of your own life, because no one else can come and save you and change your life and transform your life. Yes, other people do influence your life, but at the end of the day, you are the creator of your own life. So my number one habit would be cooking at home and being mindful with your food. If you cook at home, you know exactly what you're putting in your food, especially if you're intentional and conscious of ingredients that you're buying. Be careful with preservatives, coloring and flavoring and etc. that has been put in the food, even though if it's not a ready meal but ingredient that you're buying for your meal to cook at home, you still need to pay attention, because nowadays you really have to be wary of the food that you buy from the supermarket, because unfortunately it's filled with junk. There is lots and lots of unhealthy food and lots of ingredients that they put for flavoring, that we get more hungry, we want more food, and also it disturbs with our hormones. Then it can disturb with our thought process and our mood and how we're feeling. That's why a lot of people have mood swings when they eat certain food, but unfortunately that doesn't get taught at school. And I know I definitely was not taught that even growing up within my family. But now I'm finding out more and more, and I'm noticing how I am feeling when I'm cooking at home, when I know exactly what I'm putting in my food. And mentally I feel much better, but physically as well, I feel more empowered, I have more energy, my mood is much better, and the thoughts that I'm projecting, they're more healthier as well. So it's been proven that food is linked to our brain health. Of course, that makes total sense, because food is our primary fuel for our body, and we have to pay attention what fuel we put in our body. If we put a good quality food in our body, then of course we'll fuel up our body in the right way, in a healthier way, and our performance is going to be much better. I always say that we should treat our bodies like our first home, our temple, and we really need to, treat it like home, like best friend, and not just chuck anything and everything at yourself and literally just consume anything that you think it just tastes good. just because something tastes good, it does not mean that you need that or is healthy for you or in the long run is going to be good for you physically, mentally, or spiritually. So don't treat your body like a bin. So if you want to think much better and you don't want to be angry or perhaps anxious or stressed, food does contribute to that. So do really look into the food consumption and the things that you put in your body, but also being mindful. When do you eat your food? How do you eat your food? Really appreciate. One of the things that I started practicing is being thankful for the food and giving gratitude before I put that food in my mouth. And I think it's such a powerful and great practice to have. Limiting your digital use will transform your life. And how can this transform your life is because we all know social media is being created to be addictive, and a lot of people are addicted, including myself. I was, where I wasted a lot of my time on the phone, and yet I never felt good or motivated in any way, maybe for a time being, depending what I watched. But overall, it wasted a lot of my time, and it wasted a lot of my brain cells. I felt so unwell, so demotivated. So I really had to put a stop in my digital use. So not just social media, but also watching unnecessary things. So even watching TV, although I do not have TV in my house, me and my husband, we've been planning to get a TV since we moved into our house about 4 or 5 years ago now, but we haven't, and I'm very happy with that. And it really does not disturb my life. Actually, it's much better because I don't watch unnecessary things or spend my time watching TV. I can develop myself, work on myself, and also grow as a person, self-cultivate, and find new hobbies and skills as well. So I truly can fill my time with doing something like that. But if I used my phone too much or my laptop, or if I did have TV and watch TV, then a lot of things that I have developed today as an individual and the way I am, I don't think exactly I would be in this position how I am today, because I would have wasted my time and I would have used my precious time watching someone else growing or watching someone else doing whatever, they're doing, and it would have been a waste of time. So if you are a person who spends a lot of hours watching TV or being on your phone constantly, then try to minimize that as much as you can. Limit your time, how much you're going to stay on your phone. Even people who don't have social media still waste a lot of time on their phones because we have Google, we have other websites, of course YouTube, but I feel with YouTube it's more intentional. Someone comes on YouTube to search for something, more purposeful. So I use YouTube. Of course, I'm filming this video and I'm trying to be very intentional and conscious when I use. So unless I'm searching for some ideas or something else, I don't really spend much time on my phone. And if I do, then I really do my best to catch myself not to do that. Because in order for you to do what you want to do and take the action towards something that will change your life truly and it will help you to transform, you have to do that. But if you are constantly on your phone or watching TV or on your tablet, then you're kind of just giving your time away. And time is precious. There's nothing else. Time is precious. We cannot get a time back. So be very intentional and mindful where you use your time. So my habit number 3 would be exercising. Daily movement. It does not matter what you do, but moving your body, whether you're going for a walk or whether you're going for a run, or maybe you're doing some exercises at home like Pilates. I absolutely love Pilates, so it's something that I have been implementing into my life. but I also go to the gym as well. And I have noticed a tremendous change in my life, just not just the way I look externally, but also internal health and how I feel mentally. My mood is much better and I feel like I have more energy after exercising, and I do feel more inspired as well. And of course, if you care about your health, whether you want to change your physical appearance or whether you want to feel healthy internally, where you can have more energy and you have more positive thoughts, then you really need to look into your body movement, what type of body movements you do daily. If we just clean the house and walk to our work, or just go for a little walk now and then whenever we feel, or go to the gym or exercise whenever we feel, maybe once a week or maybe once a month or every so often, it won't really change your body and you won't really see results much as well. So implementing that habit of exercising daily, honestly, you will see the change and you will feel much better. I feel more uplifted and I honestly have much more energy. And when you feel good, physically, mentally, spiritually, of course you will have more ideas, and of course you'll be able to achieve your goals because you'll be more positive. You won't feel all sluggish at the end of the day, or when you have day off from work, let's say, or studies, you won't feel like you don't want to do anything and all you want to do just lay on the sofa and watch TV and kind of zone out and not think about the world. You won't feel like that. You will feel more positive. So exercising has been a big part of my life, and I'm definitely trying different type of kind of exercises and seeing what works best for me. So maybe choose and see what works for you, because not one fits all. And of course you can get an inspiration from online and YouTube videos, and that's great, but try to implement them into your life and see what works for you. And if it doesn't, try something else. I don't think it's a good idea just not moving your body at all, other than our usual movement when we're walking about, sitting down, laying down. I think it's really, really important to do daily exercises. I don't know about you, but when I'm in the nature, and this is my habit number 4, I feel so inspired by just hearing the birds, singing, looking at the trees, at the greenery, smelling the fresh air. It just feels so good. And all my best ideas usually comes when I'm going for a walk. Honestly, I feel without anything, without anyone, just by simply walking in the nature, I feel so inspired and I feel so happy, and I truly feel at peace. Once you start practicing that, you honestly feel like you want more and more. It's almost like a good drug, when you feel low at any point in your life, then you just want to go outside because it will feel really good. Initially, you feel tired or you don't really want to, you're procrastinating and you end up staying indoors. But if you ever feel low or anything is happening in your life that you feel like you really need those endorphins, you really need to be uplifted, and you're not, and you don't have anyone else around you perhaps to help you, then truly just go outside, get fresh air, let the sun rays just hit your face, on your skin, and just walk and just enjoy the nature, enjoy the mother nature. It's no-brainer that, of course, us as a humans, we need to be in the nature, and it has healing properties because we are part of this earth and we are part of the nature. So of course we need more of that, and nowadays we end up being stuck indoors and in these boxes with these devices and all these life problems, and then with our mind we're stuck in lots of different thoughts, then it's a repetitive cycle, and then we don't know how to get out of it. Doing simple thing like that, you will see the change, and of course that's more internal because you will feel much better. So even if you don't have much time, going into your garden, if you have a garden where you can just go and walk, even make a few circles, or just sit on the grass, or just breathe the fresh air, look into the sky and just appreciate the moment, that will do you so much good, so much better than staying indoors. And it does not have to be long, maybe 5 minutes to 10 minutes, but if you can go for half an hour walk in the evening or in the morning or whenever you have time, then do it. Prioritize yourself and prioritize your health, and you will feel inspired. Honestly, if you agree with me and you ever experience this when you're in the nature and you feel very creative suddenly, let me know in the comments below. I really want to know, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. My habit number 5, learning new skill or skills. I have seen transformation in the way my thought process is now compared to how it used to be, and overall the situations and circumstances I'm attracting by purely learning new skills. So instead of staying stagnant and exactly the same how you were years and years ago, and you continue being like that, you need to remember that life or the world just keeps moving, evolving, going, and you're just staying there. And I think the hardest thing is, and I think it can be quite upsetting, when you have not developed yourself and you're just exactly the same, and then you're angry with everyone else, with situations, your circumstances, the world, what's happening. You're focusing so much on blaming and complaining, and everything else is changing. And the truth is that we always need to point the finger at ourselves and look internally and see what's happening. And in order to change and develop and attract new situations, the best way is to learn new skills or new skill, whatever you choose, whether it's a 1 or 2, but learning something once a year. So let's say we are in 2025. Choose something that you think it will really impact your life, or something that you really wanted for a long time to learn. If it's out of your reach, then choose something that is within your reach. I'm sure there is many skills or things that you always wanted to learn and you haven't got that skill, but you wish you had. So you can. And you can choose something very simple, start from the beginning and learn and develop. Because when you learn and develop, you become more inspired about yourself. You start falling in love with yourself, but also you really start focusing what you're doing. You really start focusing on the steps that you're taking instead of what everyone else is doing. When you're not learning new things, you just know the old things, so you're stuck in your own way and it becomes boring. So that's when you start focusing on everyone else, whether in a negative way or whether you're reminiscing or whether you're wishing your life was like their life, or you wish you had something that someone else having. So instead of doing all that, if you focus on learning something, your all focus will go there. You will not think about anyone else. You'll be focusing on your own journey, but also you'll be proud of yourself. And of course, you will know another thing, you will stack up your skills. So whenever a situation in life comes in or something that you want to do, you will already have certain skills developed, and you can just pull out that skill out of the bag and use, and you will feel much better and you'll be proud of yourself. Habit number 6 would be journaling. If I have anything on my mind, and we always have something on the mind, right? So whether it's in the morning or in the evening, I don't really have a strict routine for it, but it's a habit of actually writing daily. So just putting all my thoughts down, whatever I'm thinking at that moment, I just put on a piece of paper. So the reason I do this way, and the reason I think is so powerful and it's impacting my life, is because I have so much going on in my head. There's so many thoughts, and I know I'm not the only one. But by doing that, the power is that you unloading all the information, unnecessary information, out of your head on a piece of paper, and creating more space in your brain for new thoughts, for new ideas. At the end of the day, if you don't download all the information on a piece of paper or somewhere out of your brain, then it accumulates over time and it becomes too much, overwhelming. And that's when we forget things. How many times you've probably been in that situation where you had an idea, but that idea completely gone. It's gone at the back of your head in your subconscious mind, but you just can't dig it out. You can't find that information. It's because it's been backed up with lots of other information, the new thoughts, new ideas, and it's been pushed back. So that's why I think it's really, really good idea, and it has truly helped me to just clear my brain. Like a computer, when you have different files, eventually you need to clean up your computer, your laptop, or perhaps your phone. It becomes way too much and we need more space. So same is your brain, it needs space. Where else all these thoughts and ideas and anything that you have in your head, where is going to go? It has to go somewhere. So once you write down, and I think, and then you can clearly see the ideas, the goals that you set out, for example, and you can analyze them better. Otherwise they get lost, and that's when the frustration comes in. Don't you feel sometimes just overwhelmed with your own thoughts? I'm sure you have experienced this before many times, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So maybe try to do that. It truly has helped me. Next one, having a clear vision is super, super important. And I tell you why. Because when you have a vision in your head and you know exactly what you want, then you're more likely to take the step towards that vision, towards your goal or towards your dream. You're more likely to achieve. Because a lot of us do visualize in our head. We think of the things that we want or we like, and we imagine how we would like things to be. But then a lot of times we kind of just dismiss that and put it at the back of our head, and we just think, oh, it's not achievable, or I can't get to there because of this and that. We always find excuses, and I know I have done that for years and years. And I wish in some ways that I truly understood and learned what visualization is and how powerful it is, and that we do every single day. We all visualize, and I'm a true believer in manifestation. What we say out loud or in our minds and project into universe, that's what we attract. I really truly believe, and I have seen that in my own life, so I believe even more. And visualizing what you want to do, it will be powerful if you want to achieve goals. And a good tip, if you really want to try this and you want to implement visualization, maybe you haven't done this before, you probably heard of a vision board. So if you have a vision board, whether digitally or on a piece of paper, where you cut out the pictures or some sort of images from a magazine or anywhere, and you stick them on your piece of paper or on the board, and you have them exactly how you want. And also right next to it, you create another board, or however you want to create this vision. You can create an action board, because whatever you want to achieve, you have your vision, but you also have an action, your road, your map, what you're gonna do, where you're gonna go, and what actions you're going to take daily. So these two go so well together, and more likely you're going to achieve your goals, and I think it will be more quicker as well in some ways. I know there is a lot of people who don't do that and they still achieve their goals, but they do take action. When they visualize and they know what they want in their head, because that's where it starts to begin off, is in our mind. And when we imagine and take action, then of course you are having a bigger chance of achieving the thing that you want to achieve. And this is so powerful. And if you get in the routine of being intentional with your action and intentional with your mindset and intentional with your thought process, intentional what you are imagining in your head, you more likely to achieve your dreams. Next one, maintaining positive relationships. When you surround yourself with positive people, people that are achieving and doing the things that you want to do, but perhaps you're not doing yet, then you're more likely to take action and you're more likely to do that as well, because it rubs off on you. So sometimes, or a lot of times, we don't realize the people we surround with, they have a massive influence on our life. So who you surround with, that's who you become. I think there's a saying on that. So it is really true. When you have been for a long time around a certain type of people or person, you start behaving or acting like them. So be very intentional and conscious who you surround with and who you spend your time with, especially when it comes down to frequently and doing that constantly, maybe daily or weekly. I know there's certain situations like work-wise, or if you're studying, if you're at university or something, then you can't avoid that situation. You can't avoid certain group of people. But if you are intentional and conscious and you can control certain relationships and who you truly allow into your life, then you can see the change. Then you can control that and you will become who you want to become, because then you will have a positive influence. If you have positive people around you, then of course automatically you're going to be positive, you're going to be uplifted, you're going to be happy. And you want to concentrate on people who truly care about you, who truly want good things for you in life, and who are focusing on their lives and their growth, and they're there to guide you if needed, or there to, reach out to you when you need that help. I know that not a lot of us can have that or have, but be more intentional when you meet people, when you form a relationship, who they are, get to know them, and make that decision who you want to keep in your life, even if it comes down to families. And I know this is a very sensitive subject and it can be very difficult. It's not like we can just eliminate, our family members and not see them anymore or have them in our life. Just really see what serves you in your life, because at the end of the day, this is our life and we are the creators of our own life. So when it comes down to someone who you have been spending many years with and have this long relationship, but you don't think that it serves you anymore, maybe put distance, put a healthy distance. It does not mean you have to be rude to them or you have to straight away say, go out of my life, I don't want to see you, I don't want, you in my life, because you don't serve the purpose. I don't mean that way at all. I do think you should be gentle, sensitive, but you don't have to engage with them. Next one, avoid comparing yourself to others. And I know it's an easy advice and it's easy for me to say, but when it comes down to actually not comparing yourself to others, is very difficult. I know that myself. We all humans do it. I've done that so many times for so many years. When you start comparing yourself to others and wishing or wanting your life to be like someone else's, or relationship, maybe your relationship you're not happy in and you would like your relationship to be like someone else, or maybe the way you're living your life, or maybe it's your career or friendships, anything like that. You know what I mean. We all compare ourselves to others, and it's so easily done. But if you shift your mindset to just focusing on yourself, and this comes down to when I said developing new skills and getting into that habit, and you will end up focusing on yourself. Find new habits. And if you are not happy with your life, maybe analyze which part of your life you're truly not happy. Or perhaps you're just overthinking and your life is great, but you just, feeling overwhelmed right now, and your mind is a bit clouded because someone else doing certain thing that you think you should be doing, but truly you don't need to do that and truly won't serve your purpose. And a lot of times what I found in my life, when you do, let's say, get what other people have, then you end up realizing that this is not what truly you want. You've been comparing your life to others, and you've been kind of in the way jealous or wanted what someone else has. But when you do get that or near that, you just think, that's actually not for me. That's not what I want. And this is so disappointing because you spend all that energy, all that time, wasting, feeling sad or down or chasing something it was just someone else's goal. It's not even your goal. It's not even your path. So don't waste your time comparing yourself to others. You do you, and you grow as a person how you think you want to grow. And if you ever feel, this is my advice, and this is what I have been following for many years now. If you ever feel jealous of someone else, or you start comparing and you find yourself you're comparing, then look at this like positive and use this as a positive tool. Just say to yourself, why am I feeling jealous? Why do I want that? If your answer truly comes to you really want that thing that someone else has, or why are you jealous, then go after it. Just ask yourself, well, how can I achieve that? What steps can I take? Instead of putting your negative thoughts and your negative energy on someone else, on another human being, on another beautiful soul, don't project that negativity on someone else. Maybe get inspired, maybe ask them, maybe become friends with them and familiarize yourself with them and get to know how they got that what perhaps you want to get, and then you go and take that action. I think this is a very healthy way to be, and this is what I have been doing. But a lot of times I find that I truly don't want what someone else have. Maybe something similar, but not exactly. We all end up finding our own path. Don't waste your time and stop comparing and caring too much what other people think. Just do what you need to do. My last habit, number 11, managing your mind. So whatever is happening in your brain is super, super important. It does not matter any other things, that habits you will implement and do in your life if you can't manage your mind. Because if your mind all up here is not okay, and you're not well, and you're not aligned with your heart, and you're not aligned with your thoughts and your feelings, and you're feeling disturbed or negative, then you're not going to be happy and you're not going to thrive. And if you're not happy and at peace, how can you achieve anything in life? How can you transform in any way? So my biggest advice would be getting up and actually doing what you need to do. Take action, move the needle. That's when you're going to see the results and transformation and the change that you want to make in your life. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video has inspired you in some way or motivated you to get up and do that transformation that you want in your life. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great day, week, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye for now.